Look at your browser right now. You probably have, I don't know, 20 or maybe 400 tabs open.
Yeah, definitely 400.
It's a disaster. Right, and you've got that read later folder that is basically a digital graveyard where good ideas just go to die.
Absolutely.
We all hoard information, but we rarely actually use it. So today, we're taking a deep dive into some fascinating source material from AI researcher Andrej Karpathy. He's outlined this incredibly brilliant blueprint for an automated personal knowledge base.
It's like a total paradigm shift.
Yeah.
We're moving from humans organizing data for computers to computers organizing data for humans.
Literally building a second brain for you.
Exactly. Because, we've always been the bottleneck in our own learning.
Mm-hmm.
And what Karpathy outlines is a way to just remove that bottleneck entirely.
So where does he even start? Because my notes are a mess.
Well, the first step is surprisingly simple. You don't have to meticulously tag or sort anything at all. You just dump raw documents, web articles, data sets, all of it, into a single raw directory on your computer.
Wait, just a giant messy pile of text?
Yeah. He uses a tool called the Obsidian Web Clipper to quickly grab articles and save them as markdown files, and a hotkey to save related images. But yeah, it starts as a total junk drawer.
Okay, hold on. You're telling me it builds its own Wikipedia out of my junk drawer? How does a pile of raw text actually become useful?
That's where the large language model steps in. It acts as an automated compiler. It doesn't just store the text. It actually reads a raw article, identifies the core themes, say productivity or machine learning, and physically writes a new summary page for those themes.
Oh, wow.
And then it automatically embeds hyperlinks that tie all your messy notes together into a structured wiki.
So it's not just like a digital librarian putting books on a shelf. It's a librarian who reads every single book you drop off, writes a synthesized textbook on how they all relate, and then just hands you that textbook.
That is the perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Precisely.
But I have to push back a little. Doesn't manually checking all those links and generated summaries completely defeat the purpose? I mean, I barely have time to read my tabs, let alone manage an entire wiki.
Right, but that's the magic of it. You don't have to. Karpathy emphasizes that he rarely touches the wiki directly.
Really?
Yeah, the AI writes and maintains all of the data. You aren't managing the links. The LLM just lives in your system and completely curates the domain for you.
Okay, but if it's auto-generating all this stuff, what if the AI misunderstands an article and creates a totally flawed connection? Does the whole wiki just get polluted over time?
That is a great question. And it's solved through a software concept called linting.
Linting, like cleaning out the dryer.
Basically, it's a routine health check.
Yeah.
The LLM regularly sweeps over the wiki to look for inconsistent data. If it finds a broken link or a logical gap, it actually uses web searches to fill in the missing information and suggests new connections.
So it actively self-heals. That is wild.
Yeah, it keeps the structure pristine.
Because the structure is so self-correcting, how do you actually use it? Do you just search for keywords?
It goes way beyond simple search. Because the data is so well structured, you can actively interrogate it. Karpathy notes that even with his wiki scaling up to like 100 articles and 400,000 words, the AI maintains the index so perfectly that he doesn't even need complex R-she setups.
Wait, RSG, remind everyone what that means.
Right, sorry. RG is essentially a system that forces an AI to search an external database before answering a question. Here, he just asks complex questions directly to his agent, and it easily navigates his curated data.
That's incredible.
And it doesn't just chat back. The AI generates full MARP presentations, slide decks, matplotlib data graphs, and detailed notes.
Wait, and then what happens to those outputs? Do they just sit on your desktop?
No, it files those slide decks and graphs right back into the wiki.
Wow. It's like a compounding interest account for knowledge. Every single question you ask makes the system itself smarter for the next time.
Exactly. It constantly builds on its own insights.
That compounding intelligence is incredibly powerful for a single person. But, imagine scaling that up to an entire company's data.
Oh, that would be massive.
Right. And that is exactly where our sponsor, EmberSilk, comes in. If you're inspired to build your own AI automation, or if you want to integrate intelligent agents into your business, EmberSilk is who you need.
They're fantastic for that sort of thing.
They really are. They uncover exactly where agents can make the biggest impact for your business or personal life. Check out embersilk.com for AI training, software development, and all your AI integration needs.
And, when you think about integrating that kind of intelligence long-term, Karpathy's vision gets even more exciting.
How so?
Well, right now, an AI's context window is kind of like its short-term memory. It only remembers what you paste into the chat. But through synthetic data generation and fine-tuning, He envisions baking your wiki directly into the AI's neural weights.
So like it's permanent long-term memory.
Exactly. The LLM will literally learn and permanently know your entire intellectual life.
We really are shifting from having to memorize everything to simply curating our curiosity. I mean, we're entering this golden age of human intellect where we can solve massive problems because AI is doing the heavy lifting of connecting the dots we used to lose.
We are definitely just scratching the surface of what's possible.
It makes you wonder if an AI perfectly organizes all your thoughts, draws its own conclusions, and constantly learns from your questions.
It becomes a lot more than just a tool.
Exactly. At what point does it stop being just a reflection of your brain and start becoming an active, brilliant collaborator that brings out your absolute best ideas, something for you to explore on your own?
What an amazing time to be building things.
Truly. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the source material, please subscribe to the show and, hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.